Just rocking and rolling. Our room was freezing.
Like an oven. We were right over the kitchen.
No, I'm talking about the one last night was freezing.
How was the Grease show, Mom?
It was good, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, it was
I think the kids would have loved it. It was like a Broadway show of Grease. And Kelly still loved Grease. You and Jane knew all those movements and whatever.
The girl wasn't as pretty as Olivia Newton-John.
No, she wasn't nearly as pretty. She had a good voice.
You gotta come back down here today?
No, I'm done till 12:30. I got two more jobs today, 12:30 and 3:30. And I don't have to come here anymore today.
Did you get caught up on your sleep from Monday when you dropped us off?
Did I? Yeah, I think I did, sure. Yeah, if I'm still here, I did. I took a nap. I was napping in the van when Susan called me because I had to pick people up at 3:30 and bring them to the airport. And it's not really enough time to go home and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So when you have an hour and a half, 2 hours to do nothing at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, you got a couple hours sleep in the van. It's the only thing you can do. Take a little nap. Or go to Denny's and sit there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I can't eat that food anymore. I used to live on it, but not anymore. I can't eat that anymore. You guys are going to Fort Lauderdale Airport, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it American Airlines?
Yes.
Okay. What time's your flight?
11:45.
Alright.
We hope. We're so lucky coming down.
Very clear today. It's a nice day today.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah, and once the sun comes up, it'll probably be 80 degrees. It gets warm real quick. But yeah, it's nice today. Probably the best weather in the country. If it's this cool here now in the morning, I can imagine how cold it is everywhere else.
This is true.
Because it's never colder here than anywhere else. It's always warmer here than anywhere else. So if it's 58 here, it's 28 every 38 everywhere else.
The ocean as it runs.
people fall in love.
For cruise ships, yeah.
How'd you find time for that?
I have to cut it on when I get into bed. I can't go to straight to sleep. Some sections ready. Decent things together.
They started working when it was dark this morning. I was here when it was dark, and those guys just started working. They started working.
Shit, if I
So
did that,
they can't believe it. They had lights and everything, and it was only going to be light in an hour or two. But they wanted to start that early. I guess it was 5 a.m. they were starting.
if I did road work, I'd only want to do it at night.
Yeah, some of it they have to do at night because they can't close the highway. But this they don't, because that they don't have to close the highway. But they had these giant lights here, like 4 hours ago. Because 4 hours ago it was dark,
Yeah.
and they were working because I was here 4 hours ago, coming from here to the airport to a hotel.
Put it back there.
For sure you could.
I put it back there with all the bags.
What's up?
I'm saying my carry-on was left behind. Were there any bags left out there?
No,
Not outside.
you want to jump out and look in the trailer?
Did you get your bag? Because your bag was on the carry-on, so you got your bag in the carry-on.
There was a bag, like it was gray, on top of another gray suitcase. Is that what you're talking about? It's like
Yeah.
yeah, I got both of them. Yeah.
Maybe the bag tag fell out. I don't know.
It thinks it's left behind because it's behind the bus. We would have seen it when we reversed out of the parking lot.
Maybe the bag tag fell out. Stuff.
We would have also
They told us your bag tag was somewhere. Last trip we had.
Yeah, and it was still lost. Remember, it said the bag tag was back in either one it was.
Talking about the last trip. After that, the bag tag was somewhere else.
At least we're not coming in to Miami.
Yeah, that's rush hour traffic. When I said there's not enough time to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
So if I'm here at 4 in the morning, right, and I gotta pick somebody up at 8 or 9, and I live in Fort Lauderdale, I catch this rush hour traffic coming back. So even though it seems like in 4 hours you don't have enough time to go home and get a cup of coffee, and during rush hour you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 45 minutes this way. During rush hour, it's an hour and a half that way if there's no accidents. And there's your 4 hours right there. It should be a 20-minute drive, and it's usually 3 times that. But that's good. I saved gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saved gas.
So you do.
I gotta give this man a break ticket, you get. But, you know, how's anybody going to get a ticket? Literally, a police officer would have to be watching you do it.
What do you do when you go back home to New York? Or what did you say, New York?
I do the same thing. I drive there too.
Do you?
Yeah, there's the accident right there. Yeah, I drive there. I'm gonna close that division out because right now we have an account with the Marriott Marquis to take people from all three airports in New York to downtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
And I bought this business with two other guys over 10 years ago, and we bought that account. And Marriott doesn't want to even provide the service anymore, but they have to abide by our agreement that they signed like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's almost up, and they're not. I don't think they're going to renew it. They might. They still treat us like they want us working with their guests, but my instinct is they don't want the liability issues and the complaints and all that. So I think they're going to not provide concierge. It's called Marriott concierge service, where if you stay at the Marriott and you have a Marriott credit card, they provide free transportation from the airport. So I get to bill the Marriott Corporation directly, and then they pay us ACH directly every month. And that's what keeps this company in New York profitable, really, that account. Otherwise, you're just like everyone else, trying to just advertise and get business. So I think within the next 18 months, maybe we'll hear that they're not going to renew it. And if they're not going to renew it, me and three other guys are going to permanently move up here. I'm on kind of standby whether I'm going to full-time move here. My life's like in both spots right now, but I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen over the next couple of years. Very, very excited about it. I don't want to. When I move here, I'm never going back to New York.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay here. I'll never go back here. I don't like going back there.
Well, that's what was my next question. Do you like it here better?
Yeah, New York is terrible. Terrible. And it's getting worse, not better. I was born there, so I see. You know, I've been there my whole life. So I have 50 years of memories there, and really none of them are good. Every memory I have that's good is here.
Yeah.
And I've been coming here since the 90s, so I have a lot of memories here too. And it seems like I make more money in New York, but I have a better life here. So it's not always how much money you make.
Oh, yeah.
People don't understand that want to come to New York and work with me when I tell them how much money I make. I can make $1,000 a day there.
Yeah.
You know, here I might make $600 a day. And they say, wow, $1,000 a day, that's, how much is that? You mean $365,000 a year? If you want to work every day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also state income tax in New York. Now, how much you think that is? How much you think the insurance is over there? How much you think the tolls are over there? How much you think just the maintenance is over there? There's such a difference if I need an alternator here and I need an alternator there. There it's $600 to put an alternator in. Here it's $250 to put it on. Everything is double. So so if I can make 600 here and 1,000 there and everything is double, then you can see why it's better here.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather make 600 a day here than 1,000 a day there. And then obviously when you do have the money, how you go spend it and where you spend it and your lifestyle, it's much better here. To go out to dinner here, to go socialize with people, to meet people, the kind of people, and the actual the mood that you're in here is so much more happy.
Yeah.
Like you're more happy. There you're tense. I'm more tense there, and I'm more anxious there. Here, I'm just very, very relaxed.
You
You just got to get over like what I do for a living is stressful, but not for me. But people that are just driving around us right now, probably a lot of them are probably stressful because they have to drive in this traffic. We might have an accident in this lane now too, for that to be backed up here. So there's accidents, obviously, you know, every time I take a trip, there's accidents, and a lot of people are overstressed on the highways, and that's both in New York and Florida. It's very similar. I'd say they're just as dangerous. I would say they're a little more. I would say they're a little more dangerous. I would say the driving is more dangerous on 95 here than it is on 95 there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there, the traffic never gives up. It's always bumper to bumper.
Oh yeah.
Here, the traffic does open up, and when it opens up, people are going as fast as they can. There, it's like it doesn't even matter what the speed limit is there because you can never get to the speed limit. It's just always like this. But as you can see, once this traffic here opens up, and they're fixing it, in New York, the highway system cannot be updated in New York. It's already expanded. All they can do is fill potholes. Here, they are expanding it. You know, they're buying these houses. You know, they're building double-decker roads. They're expanding. Yeah, so here they are improving the highways, and they're eventually going to be great. They're good now, but they're going to be great. In New York, it's the same roads for the past 100 years. They really can't do nothing else.
Yeah, they got
Because
that right.
instead of houses next to the highway, there's big buildings with people living. So eminent domain ain't buying that building, you know. So here they do buy these buildings. Like they're going to buy all this over here, and they're going to expand it. And that's why the wall's not there.
Yeah.
The wall's not there is because they're going to buy. The city Department of Transportation buys all the real estate, and then they expand it and they put a different on ramp and stuff. Then they'll add a letter. So like if this is say this is exit 10, they'll put 10B.
Yeah.
You know, and then make the original 10A. And then sometimes you'll see, you know, 10C, 10B, and those B's and A's were just added. Those were because they realized, you know, we got to do something with the traffic. In New York, they can't do that. That's not, and obviously traffic gets worse every year. That's why it's bumper to bumper here and here. They're constantly doing things to open it up. There's another accident on the other side right here.
You have too much fun there, Mom. Yeah. Sure both of mine will sleep good tonight.
Wow, Alaska. I never see Alaska license plates. How did they get that car here? Alaska. What?
It's a rental car.
Oh. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even think of that. You're right. Must be right. Yeah, must be right. And they're never going to bring it back. They're just going to leave it here.
Yeah.
Cost too much money to bring it back, right?
No, I'm sure the company has them registered in Alaska because it's cheaper.
I've never seen it. I mean, I look. My eyes are
I
glued
know.
straight ahead. I don't think that's true.
I see them all the time.
Here?
No, I mean in where we are.
Oh, I never see them. Okay, I never see an Alaska
assuming,
plate.
I don't
If you
know.
would have said, what does an Alaska plate look like? That would have been, I know what every plate looks like except Alaska. Yeah. All right.
I see them. I don't.
Yeah, it does look like a rent-a-car too. You're right.
Like I'm on the road all the time. I see. I'm like you.
Alaska.
I look at down license plates every day.
You hear what they're doing to all the Teslas? All these people are burning Teslas
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk yesterday just gave 50 Teslas away to people, and he was telling those people not to say anything. And now it's out that those people got free Teslas, and now people think that if they burn the Tesla, they're going to get a free Tesla because Tesla's getting hit hard, like the resale value of the cars
Yeah,
in Florida.
CEO's asked him to step down or whatever, or step down as CEO.
My girlfriend's daughter has a Tesla, and they just moved to North Carolina, her and her husband, and and he works for the Astros. There must be a baseball field in North Carolina somewhere, and he's the manager of that baseball field. And they have 2 brand new Teslas that they bought here before they moved there for that job about almost a year ago. And now she just found out that she lost that the value of the car is half as much as it was when she bought it, and it's never taken. The resale value of a Tesla is really bad now, and she's freaking out because she pays. I don't know if she leases it or makes payment on it, but when it's time to return that car, they value that car, and then they give her another car, and she's freaking out because she doesn't think she can get a nice car for the same amount of money or something like that. And so yeah, the people that have those cars have a lot of worries. I mean, it's losing value, and people want to scratch it. And there's videos all over the internet now of people doing it to the cars because those cars have all cameras around them. People don't realize it. If you walk up to that car from any direction without a mask on, the car is going to know.
Oh yeah.
And Tesla's going to know. And Tesla's going to send that footage to the police, and they're going to do facial recognition software, and they'll find out who that person is. So a lot of people are getting into a lot of trouble right now just trying to be stupid and damage those cars, which is ridiculous.
Because it's the car's fault.
Not only that, I heard Elon only owns 20% of the stock. So he might be the CEO or whatever he is, but he's not like the really owner. You know, it's a public company, so there's many more people that are owners than him. I mean, I can say if it was a private company, thinking that you're going to really hurt him.
Yeah.
But I guess when the stock goes down, you are hurting a major shareholder too. When the stock goes down,
He's got enough money, and it ain't hurting him.
no, I agree. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't need that money anyway. I think he's selling all the Tesla stock anyway, just to show that he doesn't to help Tesla. Because I guess if he gets away from that company by selling all the stock, maybe people will give the vandalism will stop. I hope so. That's such a terrible thing. Just to hear my girlfriend's daughter on the phone on speakerphone freaking out. She's young. She's like 27, and she's freaking out because of the value of her car dropped. I'm like, really? And she goes, Mom, yeah, and my insurance, Mom, it's going up because people don't want to insure Tesla. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, the insurance companies have a reason now to like double your insurance because they think it's just a matter of time. If this gets worse before it gets better, it's just a matter of time before somebody's going to damage your car. And what are you going to do? You're going to call the insurance company. So they're trying to be proactive. And that's it. It's weird. You never think a specific car could be targeted. I would never think that.
Nothing surprises you these days.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't surprise me, but I just never would have guessed it. Like having a specific car could put you in the car and you in the car and the actual streets. A lot of people buy those cars to save money so they don't have to pay for gas. And now look. Actually, Ford's coming out with the next 2027. Ford's coming out with a 15 passenger electric bus like this called an E-Transit. It's a 15 passenger electric vehicle. Yeah, they're coming out with it in 2027. Because one of my other vans in New York is a Ford, and my mechanic told me that they're retooling. Ford is helping mechanics retool, get ready for 2027 maintenance.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is revamped. Yeah, I'm not crazy about jumping on that thing. It's going to have to be out for 5 years before I would consider it. I might be retired before that thing becomes full mainstream. Can't imagine an electric.
The damn batteries are too expensive.
I just told you, it stays on from 4 a.m. and 3 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
You got to charge it.
It never stops, right? And then the air conditioning's running when it's in park. The air conditioning's never off. It stays on. The buttons never change. Just the temperature changes. So I can't imagine when you would even, at the end of the day, if you charged it, how far it would last. It would have to be 1,000 miles.
Oh,
and those batteries get weaker and weaker over time. And we're allowed to use shuttles for 10 years. So is it going to last? Is it going to last 10 years?
Hell no.
Because these vans, any of the vans that we use, as long as they're 10 years old and they look good, they let you permanently be inspected. An electric vehicle, 10 years, that's going to put all those miles on. I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think I'm ready for that. And plus, gas is going to go down anyway. It's going to go down, so it makes sense to have one of these anyway. Gas is going to probably be on some gas stations right now. It's under $2.
Shit.
Not by my house because I live by the beach.
Yeah.
By the beach, it's expensive because there's a lot of rich people live there. But if you go to the neighborhoods back in here, like in the hood, kind of,
Yeah.
a little west of 95, in the regular, lower middle class areas, the gas is all $2.89. Yeah, it's just $3.15 there. This is like 8 Mile, like they call Eminem says, I lived on this side of the tracks.
Yeah.
And this is the dividing line between kind of like the rich people and the poor people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are some exceptions. If you go way out west, these neighborhoods like Parkland and I guess West Boca, Wellington, there's neighborhoods way out west, but the Everglades that are really nice. But that's just because they're new. And they built on the Everglades, which is a swamp. And they built beautiful homes there. And Dan Marino lives there. A lot of Miami Dolphins live out there.
Yeah.
It's west, really west. Right by the Everglades. So you can't go any more west than that. I call it Mosquitoville in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. People have screen rooms out there because you can't sit in the backyard without getting bitten by mosquitoes. The mosquitoes aren't east, the mosquitoes are west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too weak.
Even the animals get bit. The animals get bit. And you see the animal always like trying to, if you have a dog and you let the dog out in the backyard, then all the mosquitoes attack the dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Plus there's alligators back there. The alligators will eat the dog. If you live by the Everglades over there, yeah. If you have a small dog,
Yeah.
the alligator watches him, and eventually alligator will take the dog. The alligators aren't over here because we have salt water coming into the canals over here.
Yeah.
There they have the fresh water from Lake Okeechobee, so the alligators are in the fresh water, not in the salt water. So they never really pass 95.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Had breakfast on the ship? Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got off early. I'm thinking when people get off before 9, some of them don't go to breakfast.
We never stopped walking. We had to be off at 8:15.
They kicked you off? Or you walked off?
We walked off. But we walked. That's the easiest. Yeah, they wanted you other end.
And then you go to breakfast, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could. But we never stopped. We walked down the steps, down to the floor we got off on. The only time we stopped was to take a picture.
Yeah, they use facial recognition on you, then, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you have a birth certificate, if one of you would have had...
The line was terrible.
Yeah, if one of you would have had a birth certificate, sometimes I ask people, I didn't ask you guys, but sometimes I ask people, does anybody have a birth certificate? Because if I'm picking you up, I know that that's going to be later. You'll be out, and as you can see over there, especially at that terminal, the shuttles can't sit in there and wait for you.
Yeah.
They tell you to move. You're really only allowed on that island when your passengers are ready. You can't just stay on that island. Actually, as you drive around, they start billing you. I have to pay when I go on that island,
Yeah.
and if they go like this to me and I loop around, maybe they'll let me loop around once, and when I loop around, I have to pay again.
Yeah.
But if they see me again, they take a picture of the license plate and get a ticket in the mail. They do that to not make the island too crowded with business too. Like people,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm waiting on you and somebody needs to go to the airport, they don't want me trying to make money and take other people's jobs and stuff. So normally at not really before 9 o'clock, I'll mostly, usually when people get off earlier than 9, usually they definitely all have passports, and some of them didn't go to breakfast.
Yeah, we went down there and come back in the room and left. Like I said,
How was that terminal? Was
K-bound,
it nice, that terminal?
log out
Yeah,
signal
like I said, you
stored.
guys, I told you guys, you were lucky, right, that there was no other Royal Caribbean ship there, because Independence is very rarely at that terminal. I would say 1 out of 25 pickups I do on Independence, it's at that terminal. So that's a good. That was a good thing that you guys were over there, because otherwise it wouldn't. It probably helped with the experience being on in and out of that terminal. You can see that's Royal Caribbean. Or the other ones, there would be no Royal Caribbean logo, no nothing. It would just be Miami. Welcome to Port Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. What's wrong, Papa? Tired?
I think it's okay.
Your bag's in the back.
I know.
There wasn't no bag in the parking lot.
Your bag's in the back.
Y'all have good weather all week?
Yeah, this is great. Great weather. People are swimming in the ocean in Fort Lauderdale. It's spring break.
Yeah.
So all the kids,
All our
Usually-
kids were, but it's too damn cold for me being there.
yeah, I mean, it's mostly the kids, like
Yeah.
especially the boys. The
Oh, yeah.
girls, you have to be a real tomboy to do it. But I drive up and down Fort Lauderdale Beach every day because I live there, and so I'm back and forth on that strip every day. And if you look, you see the boys in the ocean, and not too many girls, but
Yeah.
they're in there swimming. Yeah, so and all the Canadians that come down.
Oh, yeah.
Even the senior citizens. The
Yeah,
senior
they-
citizens, I don't know why, but Canadian senior citizens love going in the oceans in the winter. They're like polar bears.
Yeah.
They're Canadians, yeah.
South Carolina ocean.
I was gonna say our ocean in South Carolina, so they do. They come down there and
The Canadians?
yeah, they come in January and help them out there swimming.
Yeah, the Canadians, they go to Hollywood Beach because it's cheaper. Hollywood Beach is cheap. It's just south of here. Go. Oof. Yeah, Hollywood Beach is less expensive, where Fort Lauderdale, Miami is expensive. So they usually go where it's less expensive. The Canadians, their dollar's 30%. They lose 30% on their dollar. So I feel bad even getting tipped from them. Don't get me started on talking to the Canadians in the van. Oh my God, some of them get so mad at me. If I know they're Canadian because if I pick them up from Porter or WestJet or Air Canada, as soon as they get in the van, I automatically know. Be careful, don't say nothing. They're Canadian. Automatically they're very disgruntled right now. And then I'll kid around with them. I'll say, listen, the tip's included, because it is included. The tip's included. You don't have to tip. But and then if they do try to, because some people want to, right? So if they do, I take it, right? I take it. But I let people know the tip's included. You don't have to tip. So, but when they do tip, and I go one step further. Instead of denying it, I'm like, listen, I know you're giving me $10, but really it's like $13.50.
Yeah.
And they laugh like, how do you know? I'm like, because I know the exchange rate.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Canadians pay us, and when they pay us, they ask the silly question, is that U.S. dollars?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what else would it be? We're in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of have that silly conversation with like 20% of the Canadians when they're ready to pay online. I'm like, well, you are going to pay whatever the Americans pay, but when the merchant settles with your bank in Canada, he's going to add 32% to that. So if you paid us $100, you're going to pay $132, whatever it is. And they know it, but somehow they think it's smart to ask me if they can pay in Canadian dollars, and I'm like, no, it's American. You've got to pay American. We're in America. America doesn't take Canadian money.
It's cars okay. Of course it's.
Yeah, our governor actually came on the news the other day, and he says, hey, I heard that Canadians' prime minister's telling Canadians not to come to America, not to come to Florida, to boycott what the Trump administration's doing. Just don't come to Florida and show them the economic power that the Canadians have. And Ron DeSantis started laughing. He says, we have more spring breakers that come here than Canadians. He goes, it's a drop in the bucket, he says, a couple of cruise ships. He goes, all they got to do is add a couple. They add cruise ships over here in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. He says, all they got to do is add a cruise ship in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and that's the same as the Canadians. Oh, yeah. He said, so it's a drop in the bucket. He says, as they add a cruise ship, and he's in Tallahassee talking about South Florida, because this is where they come mostly. Mm-hmm. Like maybe you say they come to North Carolina. I don't know where else they go, but I know they come here. There's a lot of them come here. Oh yeah. Because North Carolina is still cold.
They're still gonna come.
Yeah, because it's warmer than where they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but for us to go to North Carolina, it would be cold. And he said it's a drop in the bucket. He said, Canadians not coming here, we'll never. Tourism will not even flinch. We won't even feel it. And they're not big spenders either. No. So they're very frugal because of the dollar exchange mostly. Think about it. If you had to spend, everything had a 30% surcharge on it, literally. That's one of the reasons why they include the tips in a lot of restaurants down here now. They never did it 5 years ago, and now every time you go to a restaurant these days, I see them including a 20% service charge, like Europe, like a VAT tax. And I talk to the bartenders and waitresses, and I'm like, I live here. I'm not paying this VAT tax. I says, if I pay it, I'm not going to tip you. And then they go to the manager, and the manager takes it off. Yeah. And then I get my regular check. And people don't know that you can dispute that, but the managers tell me, because I go to the same places all the time. They say, that's for the Canadians, right? He says, but how are we going to discriminate and know who's Canadian? So we have to give it to everyone. But if you want to complain about it, we take it off. But obviously, we don't want, our waitresses and bartenders not to get tipped, because then they'll quit. Oh, yeah. And they'll go work for someone else. And it's hard to get staff here, so that's the whole philosophy behind it. So we got to go to Terminal 3. So it looks like this traffic's crazy, so it might take another 20 minutes to get there. So now that we're here, we got to still go to Terminal 3. And all of this is the cruise ships from Fort Lauderdale right here, because that's right behind us. Same with these people here. They drove here, and they parked their car in the parking garage, and then the cruise ships dropped them off here, and now they gotta go back. Go. It's more dangerous in the airport than it is on the highway. guys do this every year, or is it just a one-time thing?
Well, this is the first one anyway. We may do it again.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that plane. That's a weird plane. That must be WestJet. That plane. What is that plane right there? I never seen that before. What does it say on it?
ANCE, but I can't see what the first.
Yeah, I don't know. I never seen that plane before because that's Delta and Air. That's a Canadian plane then, because this is Delta and what else? This is Delta and Air Canada. That must be a Canadian plane. Yeah, if you love cruising and you can afford to do it, it's a wonderful thing to do once a year.
Well, we may try just an all-inclusive resort next time.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's up next.
Yeah. Worry about a beach house. Worry about a beach house. We'll just stay there all the
On
time.
spring break, March 13th.
Well, that's the comparison. The comparison is an all-inclusive resort to an all-inclusive cruise ship.
Cruise, yeah. I priced for this trip. I priced beaches, the Sandals one.
In Jamaica?
Yeah, no, in Turks and Caicos.
Oh.
It was going to cost me $64,000 for the 10. So that
And the
was-
cruise ship's like $150 a day per person.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how it's much better. It is really much better. If you have someone that doesn't like crowds, I could see that. I hear people that say, I don't like the crowds, and
Yeah.
every ship is crowded. There's no
Well,
doubt.
no, John and I go on the small cruise ships, and they're not crowded. I mean, we went to Tahiti, and there wasn't but 75 cabins, so there wasn't but 125 of us on board.
What ship was that?
That's the Windstar. It's a sailboat.
Oh, well, that's an exception, but very few
And then
people do that.
The other ones, we just went in January on Windstar's ship, and there was what, 300.
Well, so you found the niche where you can do that, which is good because you know why? Nobody knows that.
Yeah, but the problem
Everybody-
is they don't take kids either, so
Oh,
you can only do that as adults.
right. Yeah, same with the Virgin ship doesn't take kids either. A lot of people love that because that's supposed to be. They call that super inclusive, where there's no upgrades, everything's included.
Yeah, that's
every drink, like any kind of alcohol. There's no buffet, so there's 26 restaurants on board, and I think that's $2,200 for 4 days. So that's the most expensive cruise right now.
Yeah.
Is the Virgin? Yeah, it's called the Scarlet Lady and the Valiant Lady.
But they've gotten higher reviews, I guess, because everything's included.
And the ship was, I never hear any complaints, and the ships were built for adults.
Yeah.
So there's more square footage that you're going to be able to utilize, where on
These-
every other ship has a game room, right, and like a candy shop and all that. When they don't have like anything like that on when they built that Virgin ship, it's only built for lounges and restaurants and shops for adults. Alright, so this is American Airlines, the first 2 doors. So I'm going to try to get in right over here, see if these people are going to leave. This guy's going to leave, maybe. Go right in here. Because you want to go in this door or that door. I'm going to try to get you in this door. Looks like these people are leaving right here.
That guy's about to pull
Yeah,
up.
he's going to leave, yeah.
It's attractive.
Yeah, that's an Uber driver. That's an Uber driver. You're going to leave? No, you're not going to leave. What's he doing? Well, you got American Airlines curbside is open too, right here.
Go on that way. You don't watch time to kill.
All right,
Bravo 11.
You got a trailer behind you. Go straight forward. I'm there.
all right.
You got it.
Actually, no, I don't have it. I don't have it, ma'am.
You got it. Keep going.
Ma'am, are you sure about that?
You got it, love. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I would. Oh, what?
You got it. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Go all the way up.
All the way? You want me to go all the way up? All right, all the way. I hate to block these people. I don't want to block this guy in. He wants to leave. I know right now he's going to leave. You're going to leave, right? There you go. All the way up. Oh, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go. You got it, man. Oh, come on. What are you waiting for? You got it. She's going to yell at me again. Actually, no, I'm not in the roadway. I can't let you out here yet, but let me see. There you go, you got it, man. No, but he has it. He shouldn't have to be waiting. He's got that turn easily. There you go. There you go. Go, boy. All right. Okay, we're good. Everybody watch your head when